Welcome to episode 8 of the Road to 2200 series. We're going to play 1 or 2 matches, and in our first match we have the black pieces. So e4 is played. I usually play the Alekines, but in this game I'm going to go for this move e5, just to switch things up a little bit and see what happens. So the King's Gambit is played. Now, I don't know all too much in the King's Gambit. However, what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to just try and play my best move. So I'm going to play this move knight e6. I'm going to try and keep control of this center as much as I possibly can without opening up any lines for this queen. Because that could be dangerous in the future. So, I mean, bishop c5 could be an option, but then there's always c3 and this as well, which could be issues. So bishop e7 looks like a decent move for the moment. Could go d6 and also knight f6 in the future. And try and castle our king without getting into too much danger from these potential pieces that could come into the attack. If bishop c4 is played, I could go for d6 and then bishop e6 as well, but d4 is played straight away, and so now we need to come up with the plan. So I'm going to capture on e4, because our opponent did spend a while, I mean by a while, I mean like 15, 20 seconds, thinking about that move, and so I'm going to capture on d4. Reason being, now if I capture and there's this, I mean, there is none of this because of e5, but I could just go, well, still I can't play this because of e5, although then I have queen e7, and then d6 could do a good job, so I mean, if I was to go here, there's this. Then I play queen e7. Queen e2, but then I take. So that's not possible. Queen e2 is not possible. Instead, they could play something like bishop e2. If they were to play bishop e2, I could... I mean, what would I do then? I could potentially take here, but no, probably I don't really want to get too involved with that. So, instead, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play. I think I could play d6 and then capture back here. That could be an option, and that is actually what I'm gonna opt for, because I think once this knight is gone, there's not really too much threat on our king's position, and then we could just proceed to develop our pieces from there. I think it's important that we got that right. I'm not saying that I played the best move, but I'm saying I definitely played somewhat of a safe move, I think. Now bishop d7 looks like a decent option. Doesn't seem to lose anything. If they want to trade, so be it. Awesome. If they want to do all this, that's also perfectly fine by us. I suppose I could capture here and keep the bishop there, which could be really good for us. Because technically, they're probably going to do this anyway. So why not keep the bishop there? Although we are getting rid of one of their good knights. But I'm just going to take and maybe push c5. And then knight f6, long castle. And then, you know, we'll just go from there. And there's always these kinds of ideas. I mean, c5 could be an option. d5 now as well, perhaps trying to go for this, but I think c5, they're going to go, I mean, they're probably going to go somewhere like here, aren't they? They can't really go anywhere else. And then, I mean, knight f6 looks like an option. I'm going to go c5, get rid of this knight. Probably good to play something like knight f6. Maybe I should have prioritized my development with knight f6 first, but then again, this is just sort of a bit of a, not an in-between move, but a move which does something, forces the knight somewhere. And from there, we can choose what we want to do. Probably want to get this queen somehow in the game. Because I mean, what's the point of having a queen if you don't use it? I know that sounds very obvious, but probably a good idea to maybe use it. And maybe an advantage of this move, queen b8, is it ties this bishop down to the b2 pawn. But then again, I think I am going to capture here. Reason being, I am going to do it quickly because I don't want to waste any time. But also, this kind of disrupts their pawn structure a bit. And I know after knight f6, rook e1, I can just castle. Like, there isn't that big an issue here with us, because I can just castle. Our knight is doing a good job in the center of the board, and I'm very happy to castle. Probably want to get my queen somewhere over here, maybe a bit more involved, perhaps. Could come to c6. I mean, queen d7 looks decent. How do you defend f5? I mean, g4 is a... Okay. Well, speaking of it, g4 is in fact the thing played. So, g4 is played. It's almost as if our opponent is, like, guessing what we're saying. Or maybe they're just good at chess as well. d5, if we play d5, reason being I'm trying to jump into e4, but I don't really see too much benefit. I mean, d5, but then it doesn't really do... Yeah, I mean, h6 could be a thing. Or I could... I mean, it is interesting. I don't want to let too much of their pieces, like, start rolling down my side of the board, because then that'll be very difficult to deal with. But d5, g5, knight here, if they take here, I mean, and that's probably quite bad. So it is interesting. If I was to, I mean, I've got to play a move at some point. Maybe h6, because also our knight can always come back here. h6 here, take, drop back, double attack on this, queen g4. Ah, okay, I think h6 does a good job. Because if they push g5, I'm happy to capture, then, not that, then I have this with it, like, triple, okay, well, they're just they're tripling up as well, so, well, here I could play, I mean, if I was to play something like this, this, wait. This. I can't really capture with a piece because then I end up losing a piece, but, I mean, surely there's a way in which we can... I was to go... I mean, I swear having a knight here would be safer, though. That's what I'd say, because now we're also attacking this. If they're to go g5, I mean, what happens if I play... Oh, no, h5 isn't possible. I mean, g5, I could... Okay, yeah, g5's played. I mean, if I take, they take. I mean, there is a perpetual here, which shouldn't be discarded. I mean, only if they actually trade fully, that is. So technically there isn't for sure a perpetual, so I shouldn't go for that. Reason being, I'd have my queen here, then I could just... I know, because then they can go here. Never mind, there is no perpetual whatsoever. So, I mean, h5 not possible. g6 looks like a bad move. f6 probably also looks like a bad move. I also go king h8, though. King h8 with the idea of this, queen here, check on the king, and then it looks crazy, but I'm actually going to go for it. King h8, because if they take, then yes, they might be opening up my king slightly, but their king might be the more liable one, especially with my bishop coming into the position as well. And then, of course, eventually my queen somehow, when she decides to start playing chess. But, okay, knight d5. Activating the knight, probably a good move. How am I going to deal with this? Like, if I play c6, immediately provoking the knight, we trade, we get this, queen h5, rook g8, queen f6. I mean, that looks fine. c6, take, f6. I mean, I still don't see how... I mean, I could just say this and then end up losing, like, in about 5 moves. That is possible, of course. But that's the fun with chess. And by the way, if you've gotten this far in the video, let me know what your favorite chess opening is down in the comments. And yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe as well. It's free and it helps the channel out a ton. So we take on e7. A few ideas here are to just take back rook g8. I will be able to capture on h4 if you're not careful. Maybe rook e8, try and get my rook more in the game. Queen's doing a good job, kind of. I mean, if they were to go rook e1 now, that could be a bit annoying. I'd probably go queen d7, attacking this. But then queen d3, defending. And then we just have to go from there, I'm afraid. I mean, then... Okay, so... Oh, wait, what? That's just a blunder, I'm afraid. We capture on here. I think that's just a huge blunder from our opponent. A bit of a misthought there, I suppose. I don't think it could have been a mouse slip, because I don't really think the move bishop d2... I mean, maybe bishop d2 does do something. Maybe they were trying to play the move bishop d2, but then again, I can't say for sure, obviously, because I'm not my opponent. But, I mean, you've got to take what they give you, I suppose. So, yeah. I mean, that's just online chess sometimes. I'm gonna... I mean, if I was to go here, you were to take... I'm to go... I mean, I'm surely from there we're doing alright. If I just go d5, rook here, I take. I'm just going to go d5. Reason being, it kind of solidifies everything. If you go rook e1, I take. If you go queen, I'll probably just either play rook e8, or I'll just trade anyway. I don't really see what else. I mean, if they decide to take back, rook g8, we'll probably win the game quite soon. What else is there? I mean, yeah. I mean, everything else should be pretty straightforward. I mean, yeah. So this should, in theory, be a win. But we do need to, of course, finish the game, because it's very, very possible to lose in chess when you're up in material, because you just start not thinking and then you end up losing. This is an interesting move, because I suppose their idea is something like this, but then I just still have rook g8. My idea is something like check. If you block, I take. Trying to get forks. I mean, obviously, this would just be a horrific thing to play. Or just this as well. That also wins a pawn. Which is what I'm actually going to go for, I think. I'll either take this or I'll take this. If you block with the queen, I'll probably... I mean, I could trade if need be. I mean, I could also... If you block with the queen, I'll probably just take, and then you gotta go somewhere, and then we'll just keep on going. I'll probably take and then take, in fairness. So, if you move your king here, for example, I mean, I might just bring my rook as well. Because, I mean, after this... Maybe not, actually. Maybe I won't do that. But then, okay, so they block with their queen. I've calculated, I think we want to capture here. If you block with your rook, I'll capture here, and then we're just up 5 points of material now. So should be good. If you want to trade, we'll trade. Rook g8. And this whole idea of king h8, which, by the way, we played... How many moves ago? We played on the 14th move. It is now the 21st move. So a third of the game so far has been quite dictated by this move, king h8. 7 out of 21 moves because of this, which is very, very strong. And now rook e8 certainly looks like a decent option. Rook e8, challenge this rook. If you want to trade, be my guest. 100% please do. That as well. I mean, we have a few options here. We can trade. Probably not the best thing to do because then they get this file. So could just go queen d7, trade, and then play rook here. I mean, if this, I mean, still rook g8 is an option. Although I do need to slightly hurry up. I mean, I do need to. Oh, I mean, I could just go here as well. Having said that, like if I was to go rook d6, or maybe just rook here. I mean, have some fun, kind of thing. If I was to go rook d6, we trade, and then, you know, let's go rook d6, because then I can always bring this over here as well. And then there is severe pressure on this, like absolutely severe pressure on this. Which could then, by the way, maybe even f6 in the future if need be. But if they want to trade, I'll probably just capture back with my pawn, open up my rook a bit. And then, oh, by the way, after this, there's all sorts of knight sacking ideas, because you can't take back because of this whole thing on the queen, which is very, very nice. Okay, I suppose we're both just doing a bit of rook dancing right now. So I'm probably just going to take this. If you take back with your rook, we will then think, I mean, we could go here, we could give a check. If you drop back, I'll go here. And then it's as if we never did anything. I mean, if I was to go here, what happens? Here, I mean, I'm just going to give a check, because why not? You move your king, I take. My main idea, though, here is to just not blunder something really obvious, because then that would be sad. So, if I just go here, surely everything's just safe. I mean, I can take. I might even do this. I probably won't do that, but take, f6. We'll be doing just fine. If you want to go, okay, maybe. Have I just had my queen shot? Okay, no, thank God. For a minute, I was like, oh dear, have I just blundered my queen? I haven't, thankfully. We'll just jump over here. 2d6. Again, this whole idea, rook g8. But now it's slightly less powerful because the king can run somewhere. Like, if he wanted, he could go to a1 with his king. But now I might just start thinking about capturing here on my own, because this pawn used to be on f4 because they literally just played this move f5. Now there's one less defender here, which means, I mean, boom, boom, boom. Well, then my one fear with that is this move. Okay, so now they do trade. Now, do I take back with my pawn or do I take with the queen? There are benefits to both. I think I'm going to take with... I don't know. I don't know, because this opens up my rook, which is nice. I take with my queen, then it doesn't. Well, let's just take with the pawn. We'll open this up, have some fun. Probably not the best idea because of this move, queen h5. But then I play this. I mean... My queen can then always come here if need be. We'll just see what happens. Although we only have 1 minute 56 left. So we do need to kind of slightly speed up now. So this will be an interesting thing to see. We want to play this move rook g8. Just to give the check. Get our rook into the game a bit more. Want to control this rook from getting too far into our position, because that could become dangerous. Perhaps get our queen a bit more active if they go to h5. Rook g8, queen f4. Get our queen a bit more active. Also defending this pawn. Although there could be this and this as well, but we'll be fine. I'm sure. I'm sure of it. But yeah, we kind of need to see what they decide to play, because I mean, queen f6 as well attacks this. Maybe I should have just taken back with my queen. Oh, wait, they played a move. Oh, wait, they give that check. I could just block with my queen. Could also just play f6. Although, if I could just go f6. If I was to block with my queen, what happens? I mean, just going to go f6 because I don't like this idea of the rook coming in. So rook g8 again, of course. Queen f4 now looks quite strong. Although I do see this thing with rook g8, rook g8, rook g8, rook g8. I might be getting this wrong, but my idea is to try and go for queen f4. Although I might be getting this very wrong. They end up going here, like then. Doesn't look very pretty, that's for sure. Although, we do have ideas. So, if you want to... Oh, wait, no, though, this isn't mate, I just realized. If we were to go there, then... Queen f4. Then we're having these ideas of queen f1, forcing the king here, and then this is mate. So, you go here, queen f4... Do you have any immediate checks? No, your best bet is this, trying to get some sort of a discover check on my king. But after this, I have queen f1. You're forced here because the rook is cutting you off. And then queen g2 is mate. And now our opponent is also spending more time thinking, which is very, very good for us. If they want to go to the f file, and then I have queen f4 and I take. Unless you, like, go here... Then there's this. But if you go here, I might even have this. Because you ever try and come here, boom, we win your queen. So sorry, no, king f2, king f2, queen h2. I mean, and then if you go back, then it's just back rank. Well, not back rank, but ladder mate. So on your first rank. So this position does look very nice for us. And this is all because we played the beautiful move King H8. The move King H8 was beautiful because it allowed for this move. Okay, now we are definite. Oh, okay. I mean, it's not the move I was thinking of, but I mean, from here we can play this, threaten all sorts of nasty things on our opponent. Guess I'll go here, threaten mate. This will be mate in 2. I mean, how do you even defend that? You got to go like here. But then there's this, and then mate. Surely there's no way in which you can defend this. I mean, this is mate by this, which is incredible. If you go queen e1, I mean, we've already calculated this. It's just check and mate. So, I mean, yeah, okay. So they resign the game, and we win the game, which is absolutely beautiful. And I think that'll be the episode for today. I really hope you guys enjoyed that lovely game of chess, lasting 31 moves. And we're back up very, very close to the 2,000 rating. I very much hope you enjoyed. And if you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. And yeah, see you guys in the next episode. And I really hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys soon. Bye-bye.